Why do you need a credit score? And what are kind of some of the benefits of having a credit score? Because I mean, let's face it, if you're not too familiar with credit and, maybe you're young or, you don't know a lot about, how kind of the financial side of credit works, you may be wondering, is this worth kind of putting in the time, effort, and, finances to really, kind of worry about credit and, start building this up? Because let's face it, there are going to be some risks as well associated with building credit. So kind of before we get into some of those risks and everything, I want to talk about specifically the credit score, because I'm sure a lot of you know about credit scores. Of course, you've heard about credit scores and everything. And, some of you may even know that a credit score ranges from 300 to 850. So kind of the first thing I really wanted to talk about today was why exactly does a credit score range from 300 to 850? Because it may seem like a pretty arbitrary value. Why isn't it like, oh, it's from 1 to 100? Why specifically 300 to 850? So, if you're like most Americans, when it comes to credit, you don't exactly have tens and thousands of dollars kind of just lying around, ready to buy a house or a car with cash. It's going to be difficult to do that. And, especially back in the day, the average age to really get your first home, when you're kind of compensating with only cash is going to be, around your 40s to 50s, depending, your career and, your salary as well. So credit kind of really just opens the door to getting a lot of these financial freedoms and goals a lot earlier than it would otherwise. So, really that 3-digit kind of score, once again, can allow you to open the door to a lot of those financial freedoms. And I really want to kind of talk about specifically why the score is kind of the way it is. Because, like what I said in the intro, and for those of you just kind of joining in, it does seem like a pretty arbitrary value to kind of, or really range to set it from, say 300 to 850. So we're going to talk a little bit about why that's the case and, what it means for you, especially as somebody who is building and managing your own credit. So let's once again just kind of briefly talk about, a credit score. Credit scores are once again going to be that 3-digit number that is going to open the door to a lot of kind of financial freedoms in your life. It can be a very, very beneficial thing for you, but it doesn't come without risk as well. There is going to be risks associated with credit. A lot of people mention kind of debt, as well as, part of a lot of these lines of credit is being in debt and paying it off over a set period of time. I mean, at the end of the day, that's really what a mortgage is. You're taking out a, say $50,000 loan for a house or, even upwards of that, even $300,000, and you're paying it over a